My camera's here.
Excellent. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited and maybe even a little nervous to have Heather today. I am in my tank top, but I have no idea if I have room to do anything, but we'll see.
That's okay. I can get you to do things in your chair.
Oh, I probably need that. That's one of the hardest things about teaching online. It's been like 6 hours on my butt, at least every day.
And then after that, you're exhausted, so you still don't feel like doing anything. So
Right.
So then you just go in the lateral position.
Right. Isn't that like corpse pose? I'm doing yoga, right?
Right, yeah. You're in a meditative state, yes. Like be like, honey, what are you doing? I'm meditating.
Right. Yes. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself, but I want to tell everybody. So I met Heather at my very first journey. I kind of like hung around with her and her crew there for a little bit. I didn't know anyone, but I really enjoyed Heather because of her sarcasm, and I felt like I fit in right away. So yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I would say life is already way too serious anyway. So
right.
I believe laughter is like the best medicine. Because like I grew up on a farm, and so like life was hard. Life was very hard. So how we alleviated stress was with laughter. So like if we were just stressed out and like the crop wasn't coming in, or there was a flood or a drought, or a bunch of cows had died, or like we lost some of our calves and we weren't going to be able to sell them to make money, like my dad would be super stressed out. So my siblings and I would band together to do anything just to get this man to laugh, and then he would join in and we would joke around. And so laughter was just a way that I was taught and raised to alleviate stress. So that is my style of life in every aspect. Is to try to laugh. And my husband does this and he thinks this is great, because when I'm mad at him, all he has to do is get me to laugh and he thinks the argument's over.
Right.
It doesn't work like that, but I'm like, just because you're funny does not mean I'm still not mad about the dishes.
The dishes.
But, yeah, so I grew up on a farm in Missouri, so I'm a farmer's daughter, so I'm a little rough on the edges. I'm not super girly, but I'm not.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Heather, or did you guys lose me? Heather, I think we lost you.
Have you done yoga? My daughter's a yoga teacher. She's really great as a yoga teacher.
There you are. I hear you now. We lost you for a minute there.
Oh, shoot.
And I don't know if it was on my end or yours. I just asked him in the chat. I'm like, is she frozen or is it me?
It's probably me.
Okay, they haven't.
Randomly, it'll go out, which terrifies me at 3 a.m.
Right. It's working fine again now. So, it was.
Okay.
It says you're back. Okay, good.
Yeah, that was me. What was the last thing you heard? Because I kind of was chatting away and I didn't see you were frozen.
You had meant. Oh, that's because you probably won't on Zoom so much. But, you had mentioned. You're just talking about your. Now I forgot. I was reading the chat just now.
I was talking about humor, and then talking about when I told my parents that I wanted to be a yoga teacher, they just kind of looked at me. Yeah.
That's where we stopped. Because I remember the only thing I heard was, it sounded like your dad was telling people what you're doing. So yeah, can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so after teaching my mother yoga for about a few years now, because my mother, she has bad knees, bad hips. Her ribs like to pop out of place. Like she's a farmer's wife. She's worked hard her entire life. So she has put her body through the ringer. And so I have to really adjust a lot of yoga poses for her, which has been extremely educational for me. But after teaching her for a couple of years now, like she will tell anyone who will listen, she's like, have you ever done yoga? Have you yoga? Yeah, my daughter's a yoga teacher. You should do yoga. Like she tells everybody. And part of me is like super excited, like, yes, my mom loves what I do. And then the other part of me is like really embarrassed, like, Mom, stop. So I have that in between.
Yeah. Well, that's
you're
great.
like,
I know all about the bad knees and stuff. I've had knee surgery. I was a catcher all the way from 3rd grade all the way through high school, and then I busted both knees from CrossFit.
oh no. Did you injure the outside of your
I
knee?
tore
the
both
inside?
meniscus at the same time.
Okay, remind me where the meniscus is, because I'm not so great at anatomy.
The top of your knees. Yeah.
The top. So
Yeah.
you probably need a lot of like thigh rehabilitation, like quads.
Yeah, to strengthen them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been experiencing some of that myself. I did something stupid. I decided to force my leg up into lotus.
Yeah.
And I have very tight hips, and I twisted my muscle on the outside of my knee here. And so even I occasionally will have knee pain right at this like top corner of my knee. And so every time I feel that, I'm like, I was so stupid. Why did I do that? So be careful.
You forget about it.
Oh yeah. It's like, be careful with yourself. Like we have this whole thing of like, I'm going to make myself do this. And if you don't do it slowly and you just kind of jump in, you could injure yourself. Cause like my dad, he water skied as a teenager. And then like 2 years ago, he bought a boat because he went through his midlife crisis for some reason and decided he wanted to water ski. And he tore his hamstring. And I begged him, I was like, please stretch before you do this, please. He completely ignored me. And then he's like, I heard something pop. And I was like, oh, he was in so much pain. So if there's anything, any advice, like even Micah was saying, if you guys know teacher Micah.
He's in the chat.
Hey, Micah.
Micah, maybe I should say hi real quick. Should I say hi?
Go ahead.
We have Marianne. Marianne's here. Micah. Hey guys, Rebecca. Hey Rebecca. I saw teacher Renee is here. Tara, I think, and there's 7 in the chat. So hi everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for watching me sit on my mat. Yay. This is my happy place.
Yay. Micah said, what's his name?
Micah.
I don't know who he's asking. What's his name? Do you mean her dad's name? Oh, the baby. Huh? Never mind. They're in the babies. They're talking about the baby, I think.
Oh, I was saying like my teacher Micah, like his wife had just recently hurt herself because she didn't stretch before doing something. So that was where I was going with that. Sorry. Segue.
Sorry. So, hey guys, if you have a question for me or for Heather, please put it in all caps. That way there, I will just read all in caps rather than trying to keep up with the chat. So, but keep talking amongst yourselves. That's one of the fun things about being in a live chat.
I can't see any of the conversations, so you have to talk to Kasie.
And I will read them out to you. They're in YouTube, so I actually have 2 devices going. That's why I keep looking in different directions. Yeah,
I figured. I was like, she's look at her all techie. She got all her stuff going. Like me, I'm just like, like if something doesn't work, I'm like, no. What? I like have like a panic attack for like a good 5 minutes about what's going on. I'm terrible.
Or, I don't send a Zoom to you. And Micah said the wife actually went to work today. She has a bad wheel, but patients that need her.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she feels better soon. Take care of her, Micah. I know you know your stuff.
Yeah. So really quick. Oh, I think you're frozen again. Maybe you'll hear this. Maybe you will. Can you tell us about VIPKid and how you got started? All right, well, I'll just say hello in the chat again. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Let me know. Oh, there you are. You're back.
I know you froze, and I was like, I'm just going to hold the position and not speak. Assume the position.
I was just talking. That's so funny.
Perfect. Just fill my empty space, please.
So I was wondering, how did you get started in VIPKid, and what does your schedule look like? I'll VIPKid first, and then we'll talk more about yoga.
Cool.
So guys in the chat, do you do yoga? Do you work out between classes, before, after classes? Is anyone just getting started with working out again?
Oh, was I froze again?
Yeah.
oh no, what is going on? Let me check my computer. I'm like, why is life hating me right now? Okay, hopefully that helps. Yeah, I gotta pull down the shorts because summertime they stick.
Yeah.
I am nothing but authentic. I show you the real stuff. Like there's no fakeness about any of this. It's like, hey, I have a wedgie. These stick to my legs. You fart in yoga. These things happen.
Oh, did you just say you fart in yoga?
Yeah.
That is like, I am such a 5-year-old. That is like one of my fears in yoga.
Oh no, if I hear someone belch or someone fart, I'm like, let it out, honey, let it out.
Oh my gosh, somebody always farts in yoga, and I am like hysterical, turning red, trying not to laugh because I'm like a 5-year-old and I fart.
It's fun to laugh at yourself, and it's fun. You make
not
it fun.
Myself. I'm not saying I'm farting. I'm saying somebody else is, and I'm trying not to laugh at them.
I still laugh. I usually bring out laughter in everyone because if I hear it, I'm like, yes, let it out. Let all that stuff out.
So funny. Okay, tell us about VIPKid and how you got started and stuff.
I know I was talking in the different. So I was looking for an income online because my husband and I owned a dog walking business in Pennsylvania, and we loved dogs and we loved our business, but the whole business of dog walking is staying in town. Like you never can go anywhere. You're always taking care of everyone else's pets when they leave to go to work and when they go on vacation and they leave. So holidays, birthdays, I missed everything for like 3 years. I was like, we never did anything. We just worked all the time. And it was a wonderful company. We loved our clients. We loved what we did, but we were really like feeling like we were missing out on life. So we were like, okay, let's sell the business. Let's buy an RV and travel. And I was like, perfect. And I was trying to find some kind of income online, and lo and behold, the universe provides. One of my friends I had met from Beijing, she came to America for an exchange thing at one of the jobs I'd had before at the YMCA. And she and I were talking on Facebook, and she goes, have you ever thought about teaching English online? And I'm like, no. I was like, have you met me? I can barely speak English.
Right.
So I was like, because in my head, I'm like, I'm too stupid. I almost failed English in high school. Like, I'm too dumb for this. Like, there's no way I could do this. I'm not techie enough. Like, had the whole, like, all the doubts, all the stuff.
Right.
And she's like, here, I'll walk you through. It'll be fine. You'll do great. They give you the curriculum. You'll be fine. And I was like, okay. So I applied. I got through. And I just remember being so nervous through the whole thing. I'm like, what if they don't like me? Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And I remember my first student, I was in the classroom 20 minutes before the class started, and I'm just staring at the screen. I was just like, okay. I'm like, okay, I have to watch the clock. I have to make sure I don't go too fast, and I can't do too slow. And then in my hyperventilating brain, I'm like, talk slower.
Right? Oh no. Hey, that's a cute pose you're frozen in though. She's got kind of like the, what is it? Star Wars pose going on. We lost you again, Heather. Oh.
I hear you. I was like, oh.
You heard me talking about your pose?
No, I didn't hear that part, but that's okay. I'm very animated. This is partly why I like when I'm teaching yoga, I get very like, bring your arm and then do this and then do this. Like I'm very like, I just like get all handsy with.
I love it.
But yeah, that's how I got started with VIPKid, and I loved it. I loved being able to work for a few hours and then enjoy the rest of my day. Because when you live in an RV, your expenses aren't that much. Your
what?
Your expenses.
Oh, expenses. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were just traveling and enjoying. Well, then our RV, the slide broke. And at that time, my husband was also teaching online, but he was with a different company. And he was not enjoying it as much as I was. He was like, man, I really don't love this as much as you, and I don't really enjoy it as much. And he's like, I don't know how else to make income online. Can we come off the road for a little while? I just want to explore and do something else. Because he was just feeling like he felt like he wasn't like earning enough money with it, and he just felt kind of like I don't want to say bogged down, but he just kind of was like, I'm not loving this. I want to make more money. I need to find a regular job or do something else. So I was supportive in that. I was like, I understand. So we came off the road. I still continued to do VIPKid and work from home. He was doing odd jobs, different jobs, and he was like, okay, I like being in a home space. So we decided to settle down in Colorado. Not to say that we stopped traveling, but we love Colorado and there's so much to do here. So it's like a vacation every day.
Right.
Because I get to open my window and mountains,
fresh air.
So, oh yeah. And and I have very much loved being semi-isolated in the mountains these last couple of months. So
can't say I blame you.
I was like, again, universe provides.
Right.
Somehow I ended up in a relatively isolated place when being around people was bad.
Right.
So I was like, okay, universe provides. And so then my husband and I were like, what do we want to do while we're like stationary? And I said, I want to open a yoga studio. And that's been a dream of mine since I became certified as a teacher. And so that's what we're working towards. Right now, it's technically already started. I technically own a studio, but it's not a physical space. It's online. So my husband and I both teach. My husband is a meditation teacher and he does energy work. He does like energy healings, and how like you feel gunky things inside and he helps you work through those things. And he's not a therapist per se, but a lot of people talk to him like he is their therapist.
Yeah.
Because he gets on the phone and they just go, oh, I'm feeling this and I'm having trouble with this and I have so much anxiety about this. He's like, okay, let's work through those things.
Yeah.
And he has to remind people, like, by the way, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a clinically licensed therapist. I'm helping you with your energy and your meditation and getting your chi.
So is he the one that does the aura readings I saw on the website?
Yes, that is him. He does the aura readings and it is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what the chakras are?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So chakras, there are 7 chakras in the body. They go up your spine. There's your root chakra, which is like right around your tailbone. There's your sacral. Yeah. And it's like right below your navel. Then there's your solar plexus, which is like your power center. That's like your drive. Then there's your heart, which is where you love and you connect with people. Your throat, how you communicate, how you're heard. You can tell this chakra is really closed off if you feel like you're not being heard or seen or understood. And then there's your third eye, which is where you see with clarity, how you see the world, your perception. And then there's your crown chakra, which is how you connect to the universe or God, or how you connect to a higher being. And each of your layers of your aura also connect with each of those. So like your root chakra is based around your survival. It's based around like your security. Like, so if you feel terrified of like, oh my God, I'm not making enough money. I'm not getting enough bookings. Oh my gosh, your root chakra is suffering.
Out of whack.
Oh yeah. And my root chakra has been suffering for the past couple months because my bookings have been low. And so I'm just like, it's been a thing. Some of my VIPKid friends, and maybe one of them's watching, she knows, I like type to her, I'm like, my bookings, after every frenzy, I'm like, my bookings are still low. Oh my God, la, 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 la. So, but yeah, that's just a quick, like with the aura, there's different layers to the aura and each layer is connected to each chakra. And some people call it a chakra because it's spelled C-H-A. Yeah, so they call it chakra or chakra, same thing. And then I do the yoga stuff. I do the body flow stuff because my husband is very chill. He's very grounded. He's very calming to be around. Me, that's not the case at all.
You guys are like yin and yang. It's like
yeah, exactly. We're the perfect team because I'm the flake that's like, wow, let's do all this stuff.
Yeah, that's me and my husband.
And then my husband's just like, relax, calm down. What's up with you? Why are you acting this way? I'm like, because I'm having a lot of anxiety and this is just how I deal with it, okay? Which again is why yoga is so beneficial for me because when I'm feeling like, I need to move. And so connecting my physical body to my spiritual body by going through flows and by doing the stretches, after you stretch, you increase your blood flow, right? Mm-hmm. So after you increase your blood flow, you also increase your energy flow, which is why you have that very feeling after working out or after stretching, because your endorphins are flowing, your energy channels are all moving, and happy energy is moving energy. A happy chakra is a moving chakra. So when everything's flowing and moving and open, life is good. But when everything's like you just tight, no good.
I have to say, anyway. I've run marathons. I have powerlifted. I love powerlifting. And nice. I used to think yoga was like easy, you know, because what are you doing? You just, oh my gosh, I couldn't move. I was like, yoga kicked my butt. So
I know, it's so funny when people are like, what's yoga? That's just stretching, right? I'm like,
yeah, I got
just
you.
Wait. Just wait. And when I get a new person, I love it. I'm like, oh, you've never done yoga before. I'm like, are you ready? Are you ready?
I cried my first class.
Yeah?
They said downward dog was the rest pose. And I was like, what? This is awful.
You're active rest.
I'm resting? No.
Well, after you come up on your legs, it is. Like, I don't know how many times after I've been like up in Warrior 2 for forever. And then I'm like, oh, thank God, down dog.
It did become a rest eventually, but it not when I first started. And I used to love it because my son's baseball coach, was also the school PE teacher. And he would have the boys do like all kinds of workouts. And once or twice a week, they had a yoga class. And these strong boys would be like, oh. And my friend's son that was like known to be ADHD and very busy, he would fall asleep after. Like, he was so relaxed and chilled. And I think Heather's frozen again. So have you guys tried yoga? What do you think about it? Do you have a hard time like I did? I know I need to get started again. Oh, you're back. Yay.
Yes. I thought you were talking about ADHD and you froze like this.
I froze? Oh, funny.
Well, no, it's my internet. I couldn't see you.
Oh, gotcha.
So
yeah. So I was talking about he would go to sleep so well those nights when he had yoga, and it just cracked me up. So yoga is amazing. I mean, it's not as easy as people think it is. It is hard work. So, okay.
And there's many different kinds of yoga too. So like everyone thinks yoga is all the same thing.
Oh,
it's not.
There are classes I don't enjoy as much.
Oh yeah. And there's things I wanted to point that out, because some people will go to they'll think it's like a slow class and they ended up walking into a power yoga class, or they think it's going to be a movement class and it's a yin class or a restorative. And so if you guys are new to yoga and haven't ever done it, just kind of familiarize yourself with the different names. Like vinyasa is generally a stronger, more movement, more flow. It seamlessly goes from one pose to the next. Yin is deep stretching, and it's like you're literally only doing maybe 5 to 10 poses the entire hour, but you're holding for long periods of time. And so you're really getting a deep tissue,
Not my favorite. To hold the poses is not, but I like the strength ones.
Yes, that's my favorite as well. But I do have to do yin because I'm so I do have to check myself. I do have to put myself in okay, we are doing it slow today. You are gonna be in here and you're gonna chill, okay?
That's hard.
It's hard. It is. Some people, they can go into a Zen motion very easily. People who are very like me, it's much harder. So that's why I make myself do it, because the things you avoid are probably the things you need to work on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, you're speaking to me. I know.
Do we have any questions, or did you have your questions? Or sorry, I'm just rattling away.
Let me check the chat. But I don't know if you mind, but here's my yoga buddy. She passed away 2 years ago, but I have to show you. This is the one I was telling you about.
Oh.
My friend Billy and I went to some yoga sessions together. What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's perfect.
She worked K through second grade as a reading teacher. And so we were doing voting. They were learning how to vote. So they had to vote their favorite superhero. So she was a superhero. She was Wonder Woman. And we would go to hot yoga. And I'm trying so hard. Now she was super fit, bikini fitness model, the whole 9 yards. And I'm trying so hard, and she would like poke me and I would fall.
Yep.
And
my yoga mentor also did bikini modeling. I had to do yoga next to her. She was so like fit and muscular, and she'd be next to me, and I'm like, what? I have to do yoga next to you?
Tell me about it.
I have to look at that beautiful peach while I'm doing yoga next to you.
Oh, I would knock her over too, so don't get me wrong, but she started it.
Oh yeah, no, you have to have fun in yoga, because if you're not having fun, then why are you doing it?
Right? Okay, I'm looking for questions in the chat. Tara said she's just getting back into working out again, making sure she stretches more, especially while teaching, especially while having a baby.
Oh, did she just have a baby?
Well, how long ago? A couple months, right, Tara? I would say less than 6 months ago. No?
Okay.
Maybe. She'll write it in the chat if she's still here. Rebecca said Jedi pose.
Jedi pose, yes.
That was a while ago when you stopped. Michael wanted to know if you stopped in Sedona.
Oh, no, I haven't been to Sedona yet. I've been wanting to go there. We're planning trips, but because of COVID, we're not going too far. We're just kind of hiking in the mountains right now and just kind of avoiding people best we can.
Yeah, I hear you.
So Sedona will be a later.
Hey, Tim, online teacher dude is here. Are you going to try some yoga poses?
Sure.
Yeah, Tim should try them too when he's just trying to get ready for bed right now.
Oh, well, let me see. If I had to pick one to do before bed, especially after teaching, I would probably recommend forward fold with your legs out in front. Make sure you remove the meat of your seat and you pull your, yep, the meat of your
like
seat.
A 5-year-old. I've never heard that. Meat?
Yeah, get the meat of your seat out from under your sit bones. And a lot of people just kind of round. So you want to tilt the pelvis forward, lead with the chest, and then catch what you can catch. And if this is all the further you can go, that's all the further you need to go. So this is probably my favorite one to do before bed because it stretches out the whole back side of my body. My hamstrings, my lumbar spine, which is usually where most of my tension is. So this is always my favorite to do before bed. And then laying in bed, if you're like just laying there awake and kind of hoping to fall asleep soon, do Supta Baddha Konasana, which is butterfly. And just lay like this because this opens your hips. And this will just kind of.
I totally do that, but I didn't know that was yoga. That's just the way I read.
I say this is great because gravity opens your hips. You don't have to do anything. Gravity will do the work for you. So those are my two before beds. I have like a whole yin thing that I love doing before bed, but yin is long holds.
Yeah. That's why I have a hard time with it. I start shaking and I'm like, nah.
So you might be going a little too far past your edge. That's the thing. You want to find your edge and hold it there and then breathe through that and then push past that near the end. So like I like to tell time while I'm teaching yin, I'll be like, okay, a minute left. It's usually when I'm like, okay, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, find your deepest point. Like then I'm like, okay, you've made some space. Now see if you can go a little further. Because usually, like, because I'm like, find your edge. Because if you're shaking, you might have gone just a little too far.
I'm so bad. That's how I hurt my knees. When it says go or anything, I'm all in. Even after I tore my meniscus, I did box jumps. I knew I had hurt myself, but it was in the moment of the challenge. I'm so bad.
You and me are so much alike. So I do the same thing.
We like, said this at Journey.
Yes. We're like, it's like everything or nothing.
Nothing. Yes. I got to get out of my nothing stage right now.
Yes. Yeah. When quarantine first happened, I was working like multiple jobs because we were saving up for our yoga studio before the pandemic hit. And so I was working like 3 jobs. I was working like 60 hours a week just because I was really trying to, because, you know, all in. I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do everything I can to do this. And even put my own health at jeopardy, which I don't recommend. Like, just because I'm a health professional does not mean I always follow my own advice, which is not good. I'm working on this. So I pushed myself really hard, and so when quarantine first happened, I was like,
right.
I have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working 60-hour weeks for like 3 months, and now I have nothing to do. Like, I literally was just pacing around my house.
Yeah.
Like a crazy dog, just walking around, just looking for like something to do.
Right. Sorry, there is a cute lizard like right here next to me on the window, and I can't help but look at them when they keep running by. Oh, you're frozen. So Tim, I'm going to ask your question next, because I think it would be great if we can get some online yoga classes. And I'm pretty sure she does. She's going to tell us here in a second.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you're back. So great question. Tim wants to know if you teach yoga to online teachers.
I do. I mean, I teach online to anybody. I teach to everybody. So I have some videos on YouTube that are very helpful on the YouTube channel called the VIPKid Yoga Teacher. So if you go on that YouTube, yeah. Those are specifically designed for VIPKid teachers. Like, those I specifically created for teachers. I haven't posted in a while, mainly because I've just been super uber busy, and it's hard to create when your mental, like, your brain is hugely like just crazy. And this pandemic has really put me through like a holy crap.
Yeah, I understand.
So I have not been creating much lately. I get inspired by people. See, this is my thing as an extrovert, is I'm more inspired by people, and by being shut in, it was very hard for me to like be creative and be like, okay, let's put this together. It was very hard for me to do that. So like, it's easy for me to be creative in a yoga class because I have people live with me that I can like, hey, how are we feeling today? What do you want to work on today? Oh, you want to work on arms? All right, I got some arm stuff for you. All right. Like, I feed off of, or I don't feed off of people. That implies that I'm an energy sucker. I'm not an energy sucker. I am just an extrovert. Like, I just really get charged by people.
Right. Me too.
I don't feel other people's energy. It's more I just get excited.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way, because I always say I feed off people's energy too. So I don't steal energy either.
So you got to be careful about it, because when you say that, like, empaths will freak out. They'll be like, "Oh God, you're an energy sucker." I'm like, no, I'm not going to take yours.
I've got plenty of my own. I just need it to come out.
Right. Like, to see you excites me. But yeah, so I have the YouTube channel, and I teach live, and you can ask me questions. I can correct poses. I can, like, not necessarily customize, but I can kind of customize. Like my sister-in-law, for example, she has shoulder injuries. So when she's in my classes, I avoid certain poses, and I either I'll put the same pose in, but I'll change it for her. I'll be like, okay, everybody in down dog, Tara, go down into child's pose, which she's been taking yoga with me long enough. She already knows.
Right.
Like, when I sit downward facing dog, I know that she knows that she's supposed to go into child's pose, because that's the type of relationship I like having with my clients. That's the type of, like, I want to know you. I want to know what's going on with you, how you're doing, like what your goals are, because I'm here for you.
Great.
I am all about empowering people. Like, I'm not the type of person where it's like, okay, if you want this, you have to come to me for it. I very much offer up information very freely. Like, you need something, let me help you out. Not just that I'm a chump, but just to be like, hey, I really, it's not all about profits, or it's not all about my brand for me. I genuinely want to help the human race.
Right.
So, and I would hope to make an income off of it as well. Like, I just want to make that my passion to be also my job. So it's that's an internal struggle for me, because I love helping people. And so when I started charging people money for it, I was like, I'm such a terrible person. Oh my God.
I know how you feel.
Because it's like, you want to help people, you want to give that information out. And so it's really hard to be like, but I need to acknowledge my own worth. I need to like, I am worthy of, having, making an income off of this. So you have to have that, because you just want to give and give and give. And then you're like, wait, I have to also take care of me too. So there's that whole balance, which is yoga, all balance.
Right. So how can we find you to have live classes with you?
So my live classes are with my business with my husband, which is called Green Light Yoga. And the website is just greenlight.yoga.
Okay.
There's no
and
.com
it's linked below.
I hope so.
It is.
It's your channel.
I'm making sure. So it's linked below. So are there different, like, can we pay on that site and everything and get into a Zoom? How does that work?
So on Greenlight Yoga, you hit schedule. So when you go on, you'll see a big picture of me doing this.
I love that picture. I should bring it up.
That's like my husband's favorite picture. That's why I put it on the website. I'm like, why are you? Okay, that's fine. I'm covered in sand because I'm on the beach, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But
it's a cool
so you
picture.
thank you. So you click schedule and it will show my listing of what classes I have available, the times. Now I'm on Mountain Time. So if you're on East Coast or Central Time or Pacific Time, do think about that. Because I had someone go, oh, yoga's at 7. I went, she's like, oh, I missed it. And I'm like, it's not for another hour. And she was on the East Coast. And she's like, oh, I didn't do my time change. So that's a challenge with being an online person, which we all know. But yeah.
Can I share it? So can I share my screen so they can see what it looks like?
Absolutely. Of course, you're thinking of these things.
What's that?
I said, of course, you're thinking of these things. I don't think of these things.
I try. I'm not always so good at it. So here is Greenlight Yoga.
And then you click on schedule, which is one of the bars at the top.
Oh,
and then so you can click sign up. And then if you don't have an account on My Mind Body, you can go ahead and create an account and you'll put in your credit card or debit card, and it has your account, your information, and it is protected, which is why I went with Mind Body, because it is a very well-known company, and I wanted to make sure that if anyone was coming through that their stuff was protected. And so then you just book and sign up, and since your information's in there, your card, then anytime you come back, you can just automatically sign up. And the pricing is it's $10 for a drop-in for adults. For students and military, it's $8 a class. And this is just for a drop-in. Like if you just want to come once a week or every once in a while. If you are an avid yogi and you want to do yoga as much as possible, I do have a membership. It is $100 a month. And you get unlimited yoga. Like I have yoga almost every single day except Wednesdays. So if you wanted, you'd get like $300 worth of yoga if you went to yoga every day.
Wow.
For $100.
So can you tell us the difference between the classes? I know Language of Spirit is your husband, Andrew.
Yes. That's a meditation.
Okay.
So let me see here. I'm trying to see the screen.
I can read it too. Vinyasa.
Vinyasa is the more flowy. It moves more. You're definitely going up and down. You're going from standing poses to down to the mat, to upward dog, to downward facing dog. And it's all movement with breath. So it's very much you inhale, move. You exhale, move. You inhale, move. Next thing. It's very much you move with your breath. Occasionally you hold things like a warrior two. I'll make you hold that for a few breaths. But it's very flowy. It's if you enjoy movement. Like if you feel like yoga is too slow and boring, go to a vinyasa class. You will change your mind.
Okay.
Hatha is a slower. Hatha is the very common, more well-known yoga. It's a slower. You do things more methodically. It's very much you do this pose and you hold it for a few breaths. Then you move to the next pose, and they're streamed together also very well. And it goes from one pose to the next, but it's not quite as fluid as vinyasa, but hatha is more about like slowing down and really stretching out and really being present.
Okay.
I mean, all yoga is about being present, but yeah, hatha, you have to work at it a little more from my experience because I'm so scatterbrainy. And then the yin is you hold a deep stretch. It's mostly seated poses. There's very few standing poses, if any. And you're seated on the mat most of the time, and you're doing these very deep stretches. It's very deep tissue. It's very helpful for people with anxiety. It's good for digestion. It's good for your ligaments, your muscles. I mean, yoga does good for most of these things, but yin is very just deep tissue. It's really getting in there and holding it longer and just opening up spaces and things.
So if someone was getting started today, brand new to yoga, which would be the one you would recommend?
It depends on their personality. It depends on what they're needing, what they're looking for. If they have a lot of anxiety and are very high strung, like just very like me, just very like, I got to do something with my body. I'm freaking out. I have to just release this energy. I would recommend a vinyasa.
Okay.
But if they're also, if they're just kind of like, hey, I just need to chill out. Like, I really just kind of want to take it down a notch. I just kind of want to chill, stretch. You can do hatha or yin. Yin is not necessarily easy.
We just lost Heather again. I'm going to stop sharing and go back. Stop share. Again, while her internet is coming back on, I just want to
I can hear you still.
Oh, you can still hear me? We couldn't see you.
Yeah.
But I was just going to tell them that your links are below: your Instagram, the Green Light Yoga, your yoga t-shirts, the VIPKid Yogis. There's lots of links below.
Oh yeah, there's a Facebook group too. So if you want to get to know other VIPKid teachers that are interested in yoga, there is the VIPKid Yogis. Please answer all 3 questions. There are 3 questions. Please answer all 3. I get people to answer 1 or they answer 2.
I hear you. Michael wants to know if you give military veteran discounts.
I do. So for the drop-in rate, it's $8. For the membership, it's $80 a month. I believe. I haven't taught any veterans yet, which they are my favorite to teach because they have so much. Yeah, they have so much. Like, I've met many veterans. I've worked with a lot of veterans in different programs, like with the YMCA. And why is my phone vibrating? Of course, no one calls me until I'm busy.
We couldn't hear it. At least I didn't.
Oh, there we go. You see me?
Yeah, I've seen you the whole time.
Okay, good. Because my screen went dark and I'm like, why?
So weird.
Okay. See, that's my little freak out. I'm like, oh God, no, technology not working. What do I do?
Yeah. I call my husband. He's a techie.
Right? My husband too. I'm like, husband, fix it.
Yeah, help.
But yes, I do give military veteran discounts and student discounts. So if you have a teenager or a kid, as I say, I do teach kids. I do teach kids mainly on Out School. I have Disney themed yoga. I have Marvel themed yoga right now. In October, I'm going to do Harry Potter.
Oh, fun.
So if your kid's a Harry Potter fanatic and is very interested in yoga, and even if they're not interested in yoga, just talking about Harry Potter should be fun anyway.
Yeah. I've done yoga stories with one of my coworkers before with the kids for after school. That's so cute.
Yeah. I know, I love it. I had one kid, it was hilarious. Like, he would do the pose for a second and then run away and grab a toy. And then he would do the next pose and then he would run away. He would not hold the pose at all. Yeah. Because I thought, okay, this kid's high strung like me. It's cool. I feel you. It's good.
Yeah, you're okay. Do what you got to do. Just keep coming back.
Right. So just keep coming back to the camera. We're good.
Yeah.
Because he would disappear and I'm just like, where'd you go? But yeah, I teach kids mainly on Out School, but I do have a student discount. So even if you have a college student who, she or he, sorry, I say she a lot because the main demographic of my pupils is mostly female, but I do teach males. I love when I have men in yoga because they can do the arm stuff so much better.
Yeah, my arms are wimpy.
I say women are generally more flexible, and when I get a really flexible woman in class, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna do this. I'm like, okay, and then you're gonna go deeper and deeper. Yeah, you can still keep going. Yep, I know what your body can do. I see it.
Not me. Give me the strength poses. I'm all about trying the strength ones. I don't care if I land on my head. That's my fun part of yoga.
Right? It's like if I fall, it's cool.
Just give me corpse pose at the end. We're good.
Right. I need that yoga shirt that says, I'm here for the Shavasana.
Yes, that's me. I'm here to just chill after.
I say, I'm just here for the chill.
Happy Farms. Hey, Danny. Danny said, Heather, I just finished doing yoga by myself.
Yay!
And then she said, Heather's yoga classes are awesome.
I miss her. I used to see her like every day.
She told me she was going to stop by to say hi because she loved taking your classes.
Oh, I love taking her classes.
You know, it's so hard for me to say your name because I don't put my R in that Heather. Heather is hard for me to say.
Oh, that's okay. My brother used to call me Heather. So he had a D instead of the. So Heather. So when I was in trouble, Heather did it. Heather did it.
That's so cute.
My mom we're adults now. And she's still like, if I'm in trouble with my brother, oh, Heather did it. Heather did it. I'm like, oh, we're adults now.
That's so cute. I'm still baby to my mom and I'm
same
older.
I'm the youngest. Are you the youngest? Because she will literally hug me in public. Yep. She'll hug me in public, go, this is my baby. And I'm like, her very large baby.
Yeah. Danny said, I'm sorry I've been gone, in all caps.
That's okay. As long as you're still practicing yoga, that's all I care about. So I'm happy you're still practicing. Wow.
Yes, she is. Good. So are there any other questions that we haven't answered yet? Anything you want to say, Heather?
There was one thing I wanted to show that I just recently learned. I'm currently certified as a 200-hour registered yoga teacher. So I'm completely certified. I have the whole thing. But I am working on my 300-hour.
Oh, I can't hear you. Ah. She'll be right back. And Renee, I remember reading your message above, and I will let her know. Oh, she's coming back. I hear you now.
Okay. So.
And now we have a chair.
We have a chair. This is part of the thing I wanted to show. So
a rolling chair. I'm scared.
Any chair. So currently I just recently learned this. Currently I'm working on my 300-hour yoga cert. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen, but we can still hear you fine.
Okay, so I'm currently working on my 300-hour yoga teacher training. And so that I can upgrade to a 500-hour yoga teacher.
Oh, wow.
And so while I'm in this training, I'm learning lots of good new fun stuff. And I learned this yesterday and I was like, that is something I am going to show teachers. I'm probably going to put it in the yogi group and maybe on my YouTube if I can ever get going with that. The day gets away from me. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to film at this time. And then the time comes and goes. And then by then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. Time for bed. So this is something I learned. So you can do this in between classes with your chair. If you have yoga blocks, this is like the best. If not, you can just grab a couple of books.
Oh, I do have blocks.
Or a couple of boxes maybe, like a couple of small Amazon boxes. You want to put them in front of your feet. And you're just sitting. So you want to do a figure 4. So you bring your leg across, like so. I'll show from this angle. So it's a hip opener, but this is if you have like some sciatic nerve or some back pain.
Yeah.
So, because after sitting a while, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And so you want to inhale, and then on your exhale, fold, and reach both hands towards the block or the leg that's still on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And that will open up. I'm going to turn so you can kind of see what's happening. So that will open up. So I'm supposed to have my block.
I can't show you guys, but I'm reaching.
So it will open up this.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah, it'll open that sciatic. It'll open, like a lot of people do figure 4 just for the sciatic anyway.
Yeah.
But if you add the fold, it helps with the lumbar spine in this side right here.
Oh, nice. That did feel good.
So make sure you do the other side.
Right? Doing both.
Even. That was one I definitely wanted to show because most of us sit, and so this is a good seated thing. Like a lot of people have some sciatic nerve issues right here and some lower back, and like I know when I'm done because I have the bad habit of doing this.
Oh.
because I'm right-handed. So I keep my right hand free and I lean on my left arm, especially when I'm in like level 4 or level 5, because they're reading the entire time. So I'm like, I don't have to do anything.
In CrossFit, they used to yell at me. So how I sit, if you cross your feet and then tuck them underneath your chair, that's how I sit for hours and hours a day.
Yep. Oh, no, I'm bad. I do this. I'll sit like this while I'm teaching, or I'll do this.
Yeah, I sit like that too on the couch.
Or if I can, I'll straight up do this for a little bit, and then I'm stiff and I'm in the middle of class. I'm like, okay, how do I get out of this? So I'll be like,
do. Yeah. Good job. We lost your sound again. Oh, there you are. So I wanted to tell you, Renee said, good morning. I'm impressed with that display of strength and balance in the picture. I also laughed out loud at the thought of myself attempting this pose, being so bottom heavy.
Sorry, I missed what you said. What happened?
So teacher Renee said, good morning. She was one of the first ones here, and I wanted to read this to you, and I forgot. She said, good morning. I'm impressed with that display of strength and balance in the picture. I also laughed out loud at the thought of myself attempting this pose, being so bottom heavy. I hear you, Renee.
Oh, trust me, I'm bottom heavy too, because when I go back into that, that's why my legs are separated. To keep, so that I have that one leg forward in case I need to go back the other way.
Danny wants to know if you've tried sitting on a ball for class.
I have not. I've thought about it, but I have not.
I sat on a ball for teaching kindergarten, but I don't know. I move so much. I don't know if it would be okay for VIPKid.
I know. I feel like I just sit there the whole time doing this.
Yay!
Like I just bounce the whole time. I have no discipline. What can I say?
I hear you.
I'm not a professional.
Are you going to show us some more things that are good starter?
Well, it depends on, that's the thing. I was going to leave it open to the audience if there's anything specific they'd like to work on.
Let's see. Danny said bottom heavy here too, but all is possible, Renee. I don't see anyone asking for anything. Danny said, glad to hear OutSchool is taking off for you, Heather. I am teaching a teen PE class in 15 minutes, getting ready now.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, a PE class. That's cool. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking physical fitness, but more with like yoga. I tried doing teenagers. I wasn't getting anyone booked. So I decided to move down to children, and now I get people.
So the teen yogas weren't booking?
I had teens go with the flow.
That's cute.
I thought so too.
Yeah. I'm gonna teach my first class next week. I'm a little nervous and excited, you know?
Yeah. It's key to be like, okay, guys, raise your hands, you know, having some classroom discipline, because when you get a bunch of them in there, they want to talk over each other.
Well, see, that's my thing is being a brick and mortar teacher, my class, everyone thinks I'm like, yay, but I'm not when I'm teaching. Does that make sense? Like, I am a strict teacher.
Yeah.
So
I can be. It depends on the student. Like if the student is participating and, you know, doing their best and trying, like if they're at least trying, I will always be like, yeah, way to go.
Right.
But once if they're like doing with something else and there's like, and they just repeat what I say.
Right.
Oh.
I've got 3 to 6 year olds coming up. So that's going to be my first class. Thank you.
Yay. What are you teaching?
ABCs. And my pout fish, I got permission from the publisher to do pout fish on my OutSchool classes and on my yoga YouTube channel. So
yay!
So
that's awesome. I've been seeing your was it puff fish?
Pout, yeah.
Oh, pout.
Yeah, they're so good for teaching, like teaching feelings and ABCs and all of those things. So it ties in really well. Danny said she's going to look you up on OutSchool.
Thanks, Danny.
My referring teacher.
I love Danny. She's amazing. Thank you, Danny.
She's awesome.
I'm sorry. I know we've been kind of rambling on, and this has happened with me.
They're used to it if they're here.
I didn't know if there was anything specific you wanted to ask or anything you wanted to demonstrate or convey, or because for me, it's just mainly I want to convey, like, stay healthy, try to keep your chi as much as you can, try to zen out as much as you can, because life is tough right now. Like, there's so much anxiety, so much stress going on. Like, I feel it from other people, and I'm not even an empath.
Right.
I feel it, and I don't normally feel other people's things like that. Like, it doesn't usually affect me.
Right.
But
We lost you again. Can't hear you. We lost you again. All right. Well, what I took away today, I need to sign up for some classes. I can't wait. I'm going to sign up to Greenlight Yoga and get started.
Thank you.
Oh, I need you. When I'm on, I am on. And I tell you, for about a year since I moved back to the States, I have been off and on, off more than on. So I need to restart, but I know doing it by myself is just not my thing.
Right. Yeah.
So, I'm going to share your links, and hopefully it'll be fun to get some people. So if you're in the chat, let me know if you're going to try some classes. Even send me a message so we can get on there together. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So we'll have lots of fun. And please, tell me your I don't want to say issues, but if you have any physical ailments or something you want to work on, or you have something you want to focus on, even if it is I just want to dial down my stress. Even if that's your goal, we'll work on that.
I need to stretch. My body feels terrible. I need to stretch.
We'll do it. We got it. I'll lengthen and strengthen you.
That's what I need. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. And Heather, thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate this. This is so great. And I love talking with other teachers. I feel so isolated. I'm like, people.
I know, me too. Come back anytime, and we can chat, or maybe next time I'll set it up in my workout room and you can put me and everybody through a couple of things. Maybe we'll let it be known that this is a little
thing.
I'll pay for the class, and then we'll show other people what we're doing.
Make it a thing. This is a thing.
Here's how you're starting out, and then we're going to get you stuck. You're going to have to keep meeting us.
Awesome. If I can get people addicted to yoga, then my life is complete, right?
Right. If you can get me addicted to yoga, then I told you, yoga is not my thing, but I make myself do it. So I'm hoping I know I'll enjoy it with your personality and everything. So I look forward to it. All right, Heather.
Thank you.
See you soon.